I'm anxious now. I don't want to be. I don't see any reason for me to be anxious, but I'm anxious for some reason, and I don't like it. I hate it. I don't want to die anytime soon. Got to do something about this. I did something. I finally did something. Now I think I'm gonna live. Wake up! Good morning, everybody. So it's the day of my doctor's appointment, and I've been praying about it because last week I was supposed to go, but then it got canceled last minute. And then I've been trying to pray about it, tried to just be at peace about going to the doctor, and I've been doing pretty good. And then last night I was laying in bed, and I just had a flood of anxiousness. And it's like part of it was anxiousness, but part of it is a feeling that I get sometimes, like when I eat steak. We ate dinner early, so I had some fasting time in. But it's almost like I got this burst of energy mixed with anxiousness, and I was laying in bed, like trying to sleep, and it was eluding me. But I finally started getting to sleep, and then I was dreaming about my doctor's appointment. I had this like really calm, just calculated, smooth, thoughtful discussion with my doctor, and I was like, man, I don't know why I was so anxious about that. And then later on in my dream, I was like, that was definitely a dream. And then I kept thinking over and over and over in my dream about this doctor's appointment. I never had this problem before. I used to just go to the doctor. Well, I mean, I didn't go to the doctor for 12 years, something like that. But I started just getting checkups. My insurance required me to go at least once a year. And I didn't have any problem. I just took the blood pressure medication. And then I eventually was told I had diabetes. And I'm like, well, I had diabetes and I was pre-diabetic, but no one said anything, which didn't make any sense to me. So that got me on this journey, going on the carnivore diet. And now, I got rid of my diabetes, but then my cholesterol went way up. My LDL cholesterol specifically. HDL went up, triglycerides went way down. Yeah, in my dream. I just remember we were checking, I was like, do you know about the remnant cholesterol? It was like, what is it? It came back a 1, VLDL. It's like, it's a 1 in my dreams. So see, it's like lowest possible. But I think the last 2 times I've had it done, the VLDL was 20 and then 17. But that being said, I used to not have anxiousness when it came to the doctor, but now I'm anxious because the only thing that they keep telling me is to take the statin drug. Okay, well, I don't prescribe to the lipid hypothesis. I know that it's not going to be damaging to my body. Well, do I know? But I'm really feeling that it's not damaging my body because my body is making it. This is not dietary cholesterol. Maybe some of it, but it's my serum cholesterol is that way because of the way my body responds when I don't eat carbohydrates. It's using fat, lipids, as a fuel source to get fuel through my body. So I don't prescribe to that. And so I'm going to go in there today and say, listen, I thank you, but when it comes to statin, I'm not taking it right now, and I'm not ready to take it. Maybe I will someday, seeing where we go, but right now I'm really focusing on my health, making sure I'm getting up, I'm exercising, getting adequate, protein and fat and nutrition in my life, and that's that. And when it comes to blood pressure, I guess I could check it here, but every time I go to the doctor, it's high because I'm anxious now. I don't want to be. I don't see any reason for me to be anxious, but I'm anxious for some reason, and I don't like it. I hate it. It drives me crazy. Let me check my blood pressure real quick, and then I'll take this camera with me because it looks like the battery's going to die. So I did make sure to get up early, and I went running, and I lifted some weights. And so my blood sugar might be different because of that, but we'll see where my blood pressure is. If you don't, it's because this camera died. I'm going to take this to the doctor's office, but I'm not going to bring it in. We'll have a chat post so you get my initial thoughts. Error. I'll try it again. 134/87, so it's not perfect. Okay. But I don't want them, no. Help me, Jesus. Yeah, this is gonna copyright claimed. Is there a place I could put this? Alright, well, I don't really like how this looks. That's better. Warm up this car. Alright, so I got out of the doctor's appointment, and it went all right. I feel like maybe I owe my doctor an apology, because he's kind. He's kind to me. He's, he said he doesn't want me to die, and he wants me to be around for all those kids I have, and those are the same things that I worry about. And when it comes to like lipids, like I was saying, I'm not worried about my LDL. That's not what worries me. The one thing that does worry me is my stress level and like my blood pressure. Like I literally checked my blood pressure in this car before I walked in there, and it's not like amazing. It was 132 over 82. 132 over 82, then I go in there and then it's 158 over 88. And then the doctor checked it later with the manual one, is like 172 over something. When I heard it's 172, I'm like, it's the stress. It's like the white coat syndrome. But, I'm more worried about hypertension and higher blood pressure causing damage to being in a heart attack over LDL cholesterol. That's for sure. So, he was wanting to know if I was like, I'm not going to take the statin. The cardiologist is like, take a statin, or there's nothing else we could do for you. The blood pressure medication, he's like, let's watch that. And I was like, that is a concern for me. So why is my blood pressure elevated? I know, stress. But, I get it. I was looking over my history, and sometimes, I get 126 over 81, 121 over 77, 128 over 78, but then I get 152 over 98, 146 over 88, 146 over 91, 117 over 84, 110 over 76, 126 over 69, and I could just go on 130 over 94. So it's like, it does get elevated. Like, I just don't know enough about it, but I feel a little scared. I feel a little bit scared. I don't want to be an idiot that just like gets hard pressed into a box. If you think this way about this, then you're out of our club, or if you take this pill, you're out of our club, or all just the crazy stuff that we get stuck into and don't realize it. So for me, what I want to do is I want to stick around for my wife and my kids. I want to pursue health, and I'm not anti-medication. I'm anti-only medication, if that makes sense. I don't want to be stuck in a position where it's like, well, the only thing you can do is medication when it comes to like my metabolic health and stuff like that. I'm working out. I'm trying to eat good, nutritious food, carnivore diets. I had some hummus a couple times. I ate a little bit of broccoli and mushrooms and stuff like on Christmas. So I added a little bit of carbs, but it's like, I'm interested what my labs come back, because eating a little bit of carbs, but like, I'm not healthy, or perfectly healthy, I should say. But I'm also struck with the reality is, if I wouldn't have made any of these changes, where would I be right now? Just on the medication, 300 pounds? Then what? What would be the next advice from the doctor for me to do? And not only that, let's say I got back on blood pressure medication, on the lisinopril, which isn't egregious, and I took a statin drug. What next? Just hope and pray? Just the same as that I am right now? Yeah, I don't know. A lot to think about. And I know a lot of you guys that watch this channel know a lot more than I do, and remember a lot more than I do. Hey, it says my BMI is 28.64. Hey, no way. I'm not 238 pounds. I literally weighed myself this morning. I was like 231, so almost 232. But 6'4.5". Am I growing? I don't know. I thought I'd just bring you along and just kind of give you how I feel. I feel all right. My doctor did say something like, I heard that people on CAC scores can lower that, like people on vegetarian and vegan diets. I'm like, really? Well, I heard K2 works, because if I went vegetarian and vegan, I really feel like it would just bring back my type 2 diabetes, because that carb load is not good for my blood sugar. So I would rather have high LDL cholesterol, high HDL cholesterol, low triglycerides, low VLDL. I'd rather have those markers. I'd rather have lower blood sugars. I would like my blood pressure to be never over 140, over 90. I mean, unless I'm getting chased by a bear, or I need to fight for my life because I said some inappropriate joke to my wife. Those are the things that I'm more concerned about and more worried about. And those are the things I'm going to start working on. What am I going to do? I think I need to be more diligent, checking my blood pressure, and do some research. I'm going to do some research. Send me some research. All right. If you could do one thing to help this channel, to help me on this journey and help me pursue health, it would be click that like button. Subscribe if you want to. He is doing a lipid panel, so I'll bring you that also, but he added a C-reactive protein to check my inflammation levels because I think I have inflammation problems, and that's no bueno. I have all this stress in my life, man, and this anxiety doesn't help. I wish I just wasn't anxious. I literally been listening to praise music, been praying, asking God for help, but when I left, I sat down and I just said, God, thank you. Because I felt like I was able to have an adult conversation with another human being. He says, and I believe that he believes this, that he is trying to fight for my health, but he's being gentle. He's being gentle, and I appreciate that. And it gives me a lot to think about. Yeah. But I just felt thankful. I said, God, thank you. I made it through it. All right, well, didn't realize I was going to get emotional about that. But yeah, I'm glad it's over. Now I'm going to go to work and move some furniture. All right, Kilby out.